Good evening, students. Today we will see GIT physiology. 5 minutes and 5 points will cover. The first one is the enteric nervous system, which consists of two plexus of neurons, myenteric plexus and mesenteric plexus. Myenteric plexus controls the GI motility, and mesenteric plexus controls the secretory activity. And both these plexus of neurons are in turn controlled by the autonomic nervous system, parasympathetic and sympathetic. Parasympathetic increases the peristalsis, and sympathetic inhibit the peristalsis. And parasympathetic also increases the secretion, and sympathetic causes vasoconstriction. So these two autonomic nervous system divisions controls the enteric nervous system. And second point is GA secretions. We will start from saliva. Saliva is secreted by parotid gland, submandibular gland, sublingual gland, and it contains immunoglobulin that act as local immunity, salivary amylase digesting the carbohydrates, lingual lipase digesting the fats. And second secretion is gastric secretion, secreted in three phases: cephalic phase, gastric phase, and intestinal phase. Cephalic phase is stimulated by sight, smell, taste of the food, and from higher centers through vagus it stimulates the HCl secretion. Gastric phase by the distension of the food triggers two reflex. One is the local reflex. Due to distension, gastrin is secreted and it stimulates HCl secretion. And vagovagal reflex, that is through vagus nerve the reflex is initiated. And the third phase is intestinal phase, is an inhibitory phase, and it is due to enterogastric reflex, and it is due to the products of protein digestion, and that stimulate the hormones secretin CCK, that will inhibit the gastrin and inhibit the gastric secretion. And regarding the mechanism of secretion, parietal cell is secreting the HCl, and due to with carbonic anhydrase it forms carbonic acid inside the cell, which dissociate into H plus ion, and that was pumped out for K plus ion by the pump H plus K plus ATPase pump. Next is the intestinal secretion. It contains peptidases that digest the proteins, disaccharidases digesting the carbohydrates, and lipases digesting the fat. Then pancreatic juice has two types. One is enzyme rich, other one is alkaline and water rich. The enzyme rich secretion is stimulated by the CCK enzyme, that is cholecystokinin pancreozymin enzyme, and the enzymes are pancreatic amylase for carbohydrates, pancreatic lipase for lipids, and pancreatic trypsin, chymotrypsin for digesting the proteins. And the alkaline and water rich secretions also secreted from the pancreas, that was stimulated by the hormone secretin. And coming to the bile has two types. One is the gallbladder bile and hepatic bile. In gallbladder the bile is concentrated, and the bile contains bile salts, bile pigments, cholesterol. So the bile salts has lot of actions. Number one, it digests the fat, that is emulsification, and absorption of fat through micelle formation, and choleretic action, it stimulates the bile secretion from the liver. Cholegog action, it causes contraction of the gallbladder by the enzyme, by the hormones cholecystokinin indirectly. So these are the action of the bile salts. And also bile salts acts like a laxative. So so it increases the motility. And coming to the GI hormones, the next point is GI hormone, that is the third point. The GI hormones are gastrin by G cells, stimulating the gastric motility, gastric secretion; secretin, that will inhibit the gastric secretion by inhibiting gastrin hormone; cholecystokinin, that stimulate the gallbladder contraction; and motilin, it stimulate the GI motility. So all the hormones, most of the hormones are secreted from the upper part of the small intestine. And coming to the fourth point, GI movements. Peristalsis occurs throughout the GIT, and it is a propulsive movement. It starts from oral direction to aboral direction. In addition, in intestine you have a segmentation contraction, that is contraction of alternate segment and relaxation. This is a mixing type of movement. And in large intestine, in addition to peristalsis, you have mass movements. A mass segment will go for peristalsis. And a special type of peristaltic movement occurs throughout the GIT, which is called MMC, migratory motor complex. and it is called a sweeper of GAT. It occurs every 90 minutes and it persists for 10 minutes, and it is a large waves occurring in between the meals. And coming to the applied aspect, you remember 5 A's. Number one is achalasia cardia, that is incompetent lower esophageal sphincter leading to accumulation of food in the lower esophagus. That is the first A. Second A is achlorhydria, that is absence of HCl secretion and acid peptic disease, that is peptic ulcer. And third A is adynamic ileus or paralytic ileus, that is due to the trauma to the intestine. There is a decreased peristaltic activity of after abdominal operations. And the fourth A is the aganglionic megacolon due to absence of Auerbach plexus or myenteric plexus that leads to constipation. And the fifth A is acute cholecystitis, okay, that is inflammation of the gallbladder. Along with that, you remember gallstone, that is cholelithiasis. Thank you.